What is up, sports fans? We are back for another episode of JNS Philly Sports Stop. I'm your host, as always, Stephen Rychel. Got the man underneath me, Mr. Justin Fiorillio. And now a regular here on the stop is the big man himself, the Moose.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up?
What's happening? How's everybody's day?
Our day's great, Moose. How was your weekend, Moose?
Well, I came up short in the wing contest, but that was a great event, great time. Connected with a lot of people, saw a lot of good old friends I haven't seen in a while. And we went and saw an awesome Irish singer named Declan McLaughlin up at the Fainting Goat, another great establishment there in Delco. And it was a good night to a certain point, but we don't need to discuss that because it's not even worth our time.
Yeah, we don't need to get to it. I already told you when they start pushing that envelope a little bit more, we're gonna start naming names and we're gonna start throwing people for their crappy behavior under the bus. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was just going to say
right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But every episode here on the JNS Philly Sports Stop is brought to you by Fight Wax. Fight Wax is the ultimate skin care product for your athletes and your active members. It helps treats cuts, swelling, scrapes, and abrasions, rejuvenates and restores stress skin. Customers have used for soreness, stiffness, recovery, and designed for athletes of all lifestyles. Provides an ultra silky, non-greasy feel, deep hydration for everyday skincare, help fight dry skin. Customers use for eczema, psoriasis, and other skin disorders. I actually seen they made a post. Somebody had like a cut on their finger, right? And instead of getting stitches like they require, they just used the Fight Wax, and 5 days later they're good to go.
What's it? Seal up the
well, no, like it's
crack
all right. Like when you know how most people like you use Vaseline and stuff like that. It has like the healing properties inside of it. I'm not telling you got a gash on your head not to go to the hospital and get stitches. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Right.
I'm saying it helps speed up the healing process a whole lot faster than you normally would. So.
Does it help for allergies?
For the tailgate season and getting some stuff.
Does it help for tree pollen? The tree pollen's horrible right now. It's tearing my ass up.
Yeah. Obviously, I got something I do want to talk about, but I also want to bring something else up first. I seen this when I had to get your guys' opinion on it, right? So, what is the weirdest Philadelphia sports tattoo you've ever seen?
I
got one for you.
Like
guys,
weird,
right?
like that. Oh, that's scary.
I ain't beating that one.
So somebody shaved the top of your head, and you got gritty on top of it.
It's a real tattoo. That's a real.
The absolute weirdest Philadelphia sports
on
tattoo
top of the head.
Oh man, dude!
My life.
On top of the head.
I know a ton of people with just
on
normal
top of the head, exactly.
So who's going to really see that if unless you're standing up on a building looking down at the dude's head?
I mean, but if he's also somebody who shaves his head regularly, it's not really a bad idea.
Oh hell yeah!
Right. That's Bam Bigelow.
So
it's not really. Yeah, it's not really a tattoo, but that Dumpy guy, he has like his whole body tatted up with the whole Philly things and the road and shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a tattoo. He's got a bunch of them, dude. He's got
that's a billion.
The Philly fanatic belly button. That was smart. I'll give Dumpy.
That's creative. Very creative. Very creative.
Yeah.
He's got.
I wouldn't.
On him.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but
Yeah. No,
give me a few minutes to do some research or something. I can take one.
It's basically like the Eagles logo with in memory of my best friend who passed away in 2005. So I still got to add more to that. I actually want to add like the city skyline and a couple of the trophies. The World Series trophy, the Super Bowl trophies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna add to mine at some point in time. But that's like my only like Philadelphia sports one that I have on me. But when I came across that one, that was I guess I have to say the most unique Philly sports tattoo
that's interesting.
Ever came across?
Yeah, really. I mean that I was just thinking to myself, I can't think of anything else that's going to top that in my memory. So, full on
saying the Moose in the chat here.
Oh, you got a fan, Moose.
Yeah, how you doing? I actually have my glasses on. How you doing?
Yeah, it's I'll pull it up again. It's Vikram underscore Singh. I don't know.
Sounds like you got
hey, how you doing, buddy? Give us a follow.
I always make sure when I come across stuff, I pull that one up. But lots of crazy stuff going on in the sports world today. I mean, obviously, Flyers control their own destiny. You know, this was from yesterday before game day when they put a beating on the Winnipeg Jets, and five of the Carolina Hurricane starters are not playing tonight. The Flyers went from being a dog to a favorite for tonight's game.
Mm-hmm.
It's here, dude. They control their own destiny. You know, they basically, you know, a win and a tie or an overtime loss that at least gets them another point. Yeah. Guarantees that, but they control their own destiny right now.
They just got to win, basically.
Are we still looking at Pittsburgh in the first round then?
No way they can't. They won't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I mean, who would have thought that this team would have been the one that got them back into the playoffs?
Yeah. What a young.
When the season started, Justin already knows this. When the season started, I was already sitting there saying, "Watch out for this team to potentially make a playoff." You know, because I thought a lot of people thought that this would be next year, right?
Right.
But I've been in on this team. I think we give Harry Roseman a lot of credit. People need to stand up and give Danny Briere some credit. What he's done in less than 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, this team. Yeah, man. They you like you said, they're probably a little bit early, but I mean, look, they're right where you want to be, and we're still looking at Pittsburgh in the first round if everything goes right. I mean,
yeah, listen, bring them on.
But that's a beautiful matchup. Like to bring playoff hockey back to Philadelphia, and then get the matchup of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It's awesome.
I mean, has to be our biggest rivalry at this point in time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people will say the Rangers, the Bruins. For a point in time, it was the Devils, but Pittsburgh has always been our rival. If you really,
Sidney Crosby. I mean, we all can't stand that guy.
Yeah,
the most hated villain on ice to come into Philly.
Let's not go Pitt. Let's go Flyers, mofo.
There we go. That's what we're talking about.
I mean, yeah, we're on this side of Susquehanna. We're on the east side of it. The west side, we don't even know what's over there.
You know, it's funny that even though they're different conferences, it's funny that the Eagles and Steelers don't really have that rivalry, but
it's also we
Pittsburgh
don't play each other that much. So that really.
The Pirates and the Phillies used to be a thing back in the day, but the Pirates are irrelevant.
That was also because you know Andy Van Slyke and Barry Bonds and Jay Beck and all them guys. They used to murder us at the worst times. It wasn't just that they were better than us. It was just that we would get matched up with them. You know, September as we're getting ready to get into the playoffs, lose that series, and then we're on the outside looking in, and then you don't make.
Yep.
Now they were in our division too, I believe, back in the day.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Back then they were in our division. Exactly.
Yeah. So. They were always a stumbling block at the wrong time of the season. Them bastards.
But I would agree they're probably the biggest rival. I'd say right now, like just that bad blood.
The Penguins.
Flyers, Penguins.
Sidney Crosby. I mean, he's the guy we love to hate.
Everyone hates Sid the Kid. Everyone in Philadelphia hates Sid the Kid.
Oh yeah.
Evgeny Malkin, he's annoying, but he's not like on the level of Sidney Crosby. And it's funny because the previous duo that you had in there, Lemieux and Yager, no one hated them guys. No one in Philadelphia.
They were classy dudes. They were classy guys.
And Justin can attest to this. He was just at the Yager when Yager played here for 1 year. 1 year, he went from being kind of like the outside looking into he's part of the family kind of thing. So it's one of those things where it's like you scratch your head at it. You have to scratch your head at it. You don't know what to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just happy that they're rolling right now and they're getting hot at the right time. You know, you want to be hot, we're going right into the playoffs, and that's all you can ask for. So have a wonderful day. You too, buddy.
Yeah.
You're not even seeing a single word we were just talking about. Are you serious? Are you speaking a different language?
I think that has to be a troll comment. I don't understand what he's saying because we
trolls.
We
I love the term.
But he said he liked your mustache, Moose.
Right?
Yeah, well, thank you. I do it myself. I'm pretty good, but I'm not a licensed barber, but I do a pretty good job.
Well, the troll thinks so, I guess.
A troll. And when I think of a troll, I think of the little dude with the wacky hair, like 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
Lives under the bridge, or is that Dora the Explorer? I'm thinking I'm the grumpy old troll. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about, Moose.
But before I get into the complete crazy nonsense that we're gonna have to break down, I don't know if you guys seen this, but we were already talking a few weeks ago about what Bare Knuckles is going to be doing for the 250th anniversary, of our nation's capital. But Cage Fury Fighting Championship is also going to be doing their own thing, as they just announced a unique event that in the company's incredible 20-year history, the thrill of the hill. So they're going to be doing an outdoor event at the Union League of Philadelphia for the America 250th commemoration. Takes place outdoors, expansive grounds, Union League, Liberty Hill, where unmatched inclusive experience awaits guests, featuring exclusive chefs, top tier spirits, and concluding with amazing fireworks spectacular to go along with the MMA event that's going to be built around a fast-paced, world-class show that Cage Fury Fighting Championship put on. Cage Fury Fighting Championship is, in my opinion, the premier local MMA show here in the tri-state area, and having that go down to coincide with what Bare Knuckles are already doing, on top of what the UFC is already doing with the White House event, I think the June-July bill for combat sports in the, you can count DC as a tri-state area, but it's going to be another fun event, an outdoor event. You can't. It's hard to predict the weather, but when those events go off the way they do, they should be fun, and especially if you're going to add fireworks onto the night of MMA fights, it should be a fun night. I'm looking forward to seeing what CFFC puts together for that one.
Sounds pretty cool, man. I mean, you can't beat outdoor summer, man. And by the way, just not to change, like this summer, apparently they're doing all these celebrations for all these things. I mean, plus, it's gonna be a great summer. You got the All-Star game in Philly, you got the World Cup, you got all these things going on. So I mean, this summer, I'm sure you guys see it on your social media feeds. Everyone's hyping up the summer of 2026 is gonna be this amazing summer and all this. And hey,
I hope it's an amazing summer, but regardless of what promotion people support, what fighters people support. It should be a fun event, point blank, period. So
the outside's pretty cool. It reminds me when WWE does WrestleMania's outside. Any type of event like that outside is pretty cool. When it comes to the combat,
sometimes soon. I didn't know.
WrestleMania is this weekend coming up. WrestleMania is this weekend.
Yeah, you know what? Why doesn't the basketball NBA go outside for a game? Like I don't know. Can totally do that on a nice spring day.
I agree. They should do an event like when they can kind of predict and kind of flex it into a situation.
Like the Winter Classic in hockey, like the Winter Classic.
Who played on an aircraft carrier one time? That wasn't a basketball game, was it? Or was I know wrestling did it. I think it was some
basketball team or a football. No, it was a football game.
No, not on an aircraft carrier. It wasn't a football. I think it was a basketball game.
Okay.
On an aircraft carrier. Because I know WWE did that back in the day. They did a wrestling event it was around 4th of July. Lex Luger came in. It was he slammed Yokozuna. That's what it was. It was a body slam challenge.
I think sports needs to copy WWE a little bit more often than Moose.
Hey man, they make a lot of money. They're worldwide. I actually know that, to be honest with you, and they're using it in the storyline a lot. The tickets for WrestleMania, the prices are too damn high, and the sales are bad. So CM Punk,
a bigger WWE fan, but I'll say it like this: I I took my son when it was here in Philadelphia, but I feel this year's WrestleMania, for whatever reason, it's not pulling eyes for whatever reason, whether it be the matchup, whether it be the storyline, whatever. I just feel
they brought,
compared to WrestleMania's past, it doesn't have the buzz that you've had over the past few years.
They brought Pat McAfee in to be with Randy Orton. Pat McAfee's doing the heel shit. And that apparently it's some real life stuff's coming into the storyline, which I like. They're blurring the fantasy and reality, which wrestling's supposed to do. But apparently, from what the stories are, is Triple H didn't make that call. Ari Emanuel, who owns TKO, made that call, and he's also McAfee's agent. And then they're trying to bring The Rock into the mix because The Rock does really sit on the board of directors of TKO. So I think The Rock may show up, and we'll see how it goes. But they need to do something. Now, tonight's the go-home show on Raw, so it needs to be decent to set you up the next weekend. But, they used that. CM Punk used that in his Pipe Bomb promo last week about the ticket sales. He was ripping TKO, The Rock.
Yeah, listen, I did know that. My son came in and was like, you see Punk's Pipe Bomb promo? I'm like, he did another Pipe Bomb promo? Okay.
Oh, yeah. It was good, man. It was good. He went off script.
They have to get him invested, and they haven't had them invested really, truly since the Attitude Era, if you really ask me.
Right. Well, that's McAfee's thing. He's trying to say is we need to
love some of the wrestlers that go out there and do their thing.
Right. Well, Pat McAfee's trying to bring the Attitude Era back. That's what his whole spiff was in his promo.
But you can't recreate something like that. You don't have an outside promotion as well. There is no more WCW. So
there's AEW,
you don't have the level of stars that were at WCW either. So there is no real Attitude Era. Like, I mean, you can adopt another one like it, but I don't think they have the talent or the guys with the mic skills to be able to pull that off. And
who has good mic skills? Cody Rhodes does. Roman Reigns is starting to get better on the mic. Some of the promos he does. Of course, you got Paul Heyman. It does the best promo work and speaks for whoever he's managing or whatever. Yeah. But it's all about the mic skills. It's great, with wrestling. We know this, Steve. It's about the mic skills.
Yeah.
And if you're a heel, getting the heat.
Well, I had to bring this one up. Moose, I know you love the old time guys as far as Philly media goes, but Mike missing out.
Oh
yeah, I saw this. It's a wild story, man.
It's
never
not
a fan.
Story, man.
Never a fan.
Honestly, like look, I don't have like the utmost respect for Mike. I know that he's been a great media member here in the Philadelphia area. I always felt somehow it's possible that he has a bigger ego than Howard Eskin.
Oh, he does.
Howard Eskin was without a doubt the better reporter, sideline. I thought he was leagues above Mike. Mike just had the name coming with him. I actually thought Mike was more of a hockey guy than anything, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mike. Never have been. I thought he came off as pompous.
Listen, you don't put your hands on your wife. I don't care.
No, absolutely not.
However you want to word that, whatever words out. You like, listen, dude. Unless like she hits you over the head with a marble stone or something like that, and you're bleeding. That's the only time I could consider you putting your hand on your wife because she done initiated
the self-defense at that point
first. But if she just says something smart and you don't like it and you turn around and backhand her, I got a problem with that. Man.
Yeah, that's
I ain't gonna want no kid to do that to my daughter, so I damn well I'm not gonna accept it from one of our media members. And
so was he
really call Mike a media member anymore because he's no longer part of 97.5 anymore. He's a part of that little crew of guys that kind of started their own type of media company, so to speak. So
yeah. But good luck getting back on mainstream radio with this going on,
Well, how old is he anyway? Is he, in his 70s?
I think
How
so.
old is Mike?
Probably 70s. Probably 70s. 60s or
Yeah,
70s. Maybe.
yeah, he's done, man. Domestic violence, he's done. There ain't no getting around that.
Yeah, and I already said it. Like, you put your boy Eskin in the same boat for, in all laxatives of a purpose. It's SA, man. Regardless if it's
It's not. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's not good.
It's SA.
But missing Ellie, I think they're going. He's
We
he's
ain't
tough.
we ain't ignoring you, brother. We're just trying to go with the flow of the conversation, not break it up. Having you, like, when you guys add something in that I think is going to be in there, I'm absolutely going to pull you up. You're not being ignored, my friend.
Yeah, he's toast.
Mike Missanelli, dark spot, dark day, needs to do better, needs to be better, right?
Yeah. Counseling.
Now,
You'll see
before
counseling, Mike.
The main crux of where this evening's conversation is going to go, I got to talk about this, man. So I don't know if you guys seen the comments that the former Chiefs player made, right?
No, I heard about it.
He goes out there and buries this dude. So former Chiefs defensive end had made this comment about getting blown out by the Eagles in the Super Bowl, saying that the 49ers team was better. And Darius Slay did not waste any time and was like, "Yeah, buddy, tripping. Y'all ain't standing a chance. How you gonna talk like that when we took our starters out in the third quarter? We could have dropped 50 on your boys, like, for real, right?" So Darius Slay still doing right by the Philly fans and standing up for him.
For sure. Much love.
Yeah, this was another one along those lines, but. He had commented back to Darius, was sitting there saying, like, you guys weren't that confident. And then everyone started dropping clips and videotapes. Mekhi Becton had set up the appointment with his tattoo artist the night of the Super Bowl. We all remember Saquon Barkley's, addressing the team beforehand.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember them.
So,
yeah, I remember that.
Sitting there saying, like, they weren't confident that they were going to do it, and Charles even said, like, "Oh, I thought it was going to be a dogfight and this, that, and the third, and that we just run away with it at the end." How's that a dog? Like, y'all weren't even in a fight.
No,
y'all didn't even put any points on the board until the game was basically over.
Yeah, it was garbage points. It didn't matter. We pretty much felt like we had that victory at halftime.
That actually could have been the biggest blowout in Super Bowl history if it actually already wasn't close, but it was like, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been. There was that one.
What was it? The 49ers or Broncos game?
Yeah, it was 55-10, I think.
Yeah,
Broncos, Niners.
55-10. But look, man, we had a chance if we actually would have kept everybody in and kept. And there's a chance.
And I think that's why Jalen was mad. Like, are you sure? You sure you want to do this right now? Like, that's
you might as well embarrass him. Let's embarrass him. Let's humiliate him. Let's say, hey, we kicked your ass by a shadow of a doubt. You know what I mean? We kicked your ass.
Yeah. You know? I think comments like that is going to make sure that moving forward, you ain't going to see that. You're going to see guys you're just going to see players and coaches literally put their foot on the throat of the other team, and whatever that happens to be the final score happens to be the final score.
Rev the gas up, man. Blow them out. Dude, make them remember you for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. You got to give a team speech in the locker room.
Draft week. I came across this one. I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Right. We've already seen reports on this and reports on that, and this person's on the hot seat and that person's on the hot seat. So I want to get your opinion. Who has more to prove this year, Nick Sirianni or Jalen Hurts? Now, both of them, we've already had conversations. Jalen's done more in the first 5 years of his career than some other Hall of Fame type level guys. He's done more than Patrick Mahomes in his first 5 years of his career. He's done more than Steve Young's first 5 years of his career. Troy Aikman. You can go down the list of Hall of Fame type level guys where Jalen has done more than him in his first 5 years. Now, Nick Sirianni, he has more wins in his first 5 years as a coach than Bill Walsh, than some of these other top guys. Now, he's not have the most being the first 5 years with a team, but that being said, they're both winners. regardless of how the outward media looks at Jalen or at Nick Sirianni. But in your guys' opinion, who do you think has more to prove? Let's start off with Justin on this and then go to Moose. Who has more to prove, Jalen or Nick Sirianni?
Well, my answer might surprise some people. I'm going to go Coach Sirianni because I think I feel like he might be on a little bit more of a lot more of a hot seat than Jalen Hurts, and I think the Eagles are more likely inclined to maybe, in my opinion, move off of Coach Sirianni than Jalen Hurts first. So I think that means that Coach Sirianni, in my opinion, has more to prove this year. I think Jalen Hurts has a lot to prove still, but not really because on resume wise and stuff, but he always has stuff to prove because there's always the haters for some reason around him, and that's what I mean by that because he's always supposed to be proving people wrong, even if he doesn't really have to, but because that's the Jalen Hurts story. So Coach Sirianni, though, all these different coordinators, all the situations going on, I just think, listen, with Mannion coming in, if let's just say he's actually like really good, like on offense and stuff, and Coach Sirianni makes bonehead decisions or he loses the locker room or something, I don't know what, but if it's clearly he's the issue or something, or we don't, or if it's a year just like last year we just had, and and Sirianni's behind it again, I mean, yeah, and Hurts plays decent to well, good. I mean, then you can't. It's not good. So I'm gonna go Coach Sirianni.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, Moose? Who are you feeling with? You feeling this is more on Jalen's shoulders to have more to prove this year, or is it Coach Sirianni, like Justin said?
Well, the first one to get let go or fired when things go south is the what position? The who? The head coach. So yeah, I say I agree with Justin. It's on the head coach because when things go south.
I agree with you to a point. I agree with both of you to a point that I think that the more pressure's on Nick Sirianni than it is Jalen Hurts. But as everyone's been kind of pointing out to us, this is a contract here. Jalen Hurts should be getting an extension. All this other nonsense. So and Adam Schefter came up with this great, because I don't want to get too far back into what we were talking about last week with the hit pieces that were being put on Jalen Hurts, but Adam Schefter hit this one on the head, right? So, and what he basically said is what he finds interesting is, here's some food for thought that, when we think, as we go along, we spend an awful lot of time talking about Jalen Hurts, right? And that's fair. I got it. Big deal, polarizing figure to an extent, but Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, their contracts got done 2 weeks after Jalen. Why is anyone not talking about extending either one of them two guys yet? When is Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert gonna be held to the level of scrutiny that Jalen Hurts has? And we've already talked about it. Toughest city to play in, toughest position in sports to play in anywhere is quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't care what anyone says.
I agree with you. I agree.
What about the Dallas Cowboys? They let Tony Romo be the quarterback there. The picture of mediocrity is that man right there.
Yeah, and look, they don't love the sports like we love our sports. They don't have the passion like we do, so it's not the same. It's just not the same. The scrutiny's not the same there. I'm not trying to diss people that love their teams, but you know what I mean.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And I think for part of a reason, I think that's why a lot of people are harder on Donovan McNabb and what he had to endure throughout his career and things of that nature. Jalen Hurts does everything the way you would want a guy to do it in that type of situation. And it just gets me that we still have to sit there and have these freaking conversations about this kid when he has done everything you could possibly ask of him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then we have to hear these ridiculous hit pieces, and we're going to get to that part of it in a second, because that goes into our main topic for this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're at. As we got our good friend from India tuning in tonight. So let's kind of break it down here, right? You notice something? It's been about a week since this report broke about Dianna Russini and and all that. The AJ Brown noise has all disappeared. The Jalen Hurts noise have all disappeared. The pieces on the Eagles have all but you can't tell me at this point in time that these two were not plotting against AJ Brown. We're going to get into this in a second, right? Because
I know about plotting.
Ooh, that's crazy. Actually, that's a good conspiracy going on.
And listen, I look. We're gonna put it out there. These are the photos. Everyone knows what it is at this point in time. I'm gonna say this once point blank and period. Because what did we say a few weeks ago when we were talking about Hollis Thomas and Susie Selig, who are both single, by the way. I'm gonna make that point known. I could care less if Dianna and Mike are having a personal relationship outside of the business aspect. Do not care. No one. It shouldn't be anybody's business at this point, except the fact that they're both married. So it's more of a moral boundary that
shame on them.
We don't know.
Other than that,
both of them of a divorce, and this all came out, and then without a doubt, those pictures came from some type of private investigator that was following them. We don't know if it was one of their spouses, if it was somebody just trying to get some dirt on either Mike or Dianna. We don't know that at this point in time, but we all can sit there and say, like, it's really odd that once this thing started and they've made their comments that it was a girls' weekend, it was a friends' retreat and all that other thing. Why hasn't any of the friends stood up yet? Where were Diana's girlfriends? Because the other photo that was shown that looked similar to the one I just pulled up had a bunch of guys in it. Where are the girls, right? If it was a girls' retreat. So that being said, I'm going to pull up a couple posts from Dianna, and this seems to be a pattern when it comes to Dianna, right? So for people who don't know, she used to work for ESPN. She used to cover the Washington Commanders about 10 years ago, right? Well, during that time, the Redskins GM's wife and reporter of trading favors for stories, right?
I remember that.
Now, who she'd had to later recant this story, right? But she went as far as going out there and was putting tweets out and atting Dianna, and we basically said how many what's you had to give to get the story, and then they laughed at you afterwards. And Dianna was basically like just completely ignoring that fact, and the GM's wife was like, I'm pretty sure this info is coming from her husband, who later had to recant the story, right? There's also
is that when Daniel Snyder owned the team, right?
Two ESPN reporters got into a fist fight because they were both dating Sean McVay at the time, and was who, Dianna Russini. Now, even furthermore, her husband is an Eagles fan, right?
Yep.
So this was from 5 years ago, Christmas, 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
That she was basically putting out this thing that you can't wait to get out of the car because her husband was verbally going through every single final 3 minutes of the Eagles Super Bowl win. And the only reason she hadn't jumped out of the car because she knows that when she gets dropped off, he's going Christmas shopping for her. And then somebody had made this comment: "Are you going to Nashville again, Fred? What kind of question is that?" And she has a picture of a boot, right? Nashville.
Yeah.
And his thing is, sorry, silly question by me. Did they add a room for you at the Vrable compound?
That's wild.
So, again, I'm going to reiterate: if they are in a personal relationship, I do not care. Do not care.
Yeah, I can care.
What they want to do with their personal time is on them. However, that being said, there is the ethical boundary, and if they're not trying to run down the price on one AJ Brown. Now, the only one that said anything about AJ Brown since this happened to be Mike Garfolo. It was based on his conversation. He said it could go either way. They're building around AJ Brown, but also they're making it, if they trade AJ, they can feel good with the guys that still remain. And the reason why I think that's a big deal is because what I just said. I feel that we already know that Dianna has been doing nothing but post about AJ Brown for the better part of 9 months.
Yeah.
And if she was in fact having some type of personal relationship with Mike Vrable, who's openly said that he's been in contact with AJ Brown over the last few years, is that not tampering? Or did I
Sounds like it to me. Yeah. Sounds like it to me.
So my question is, the personal relationship aside, do you guys feel that Dianna has crossed the ethical boundary of being a reporter, of being a journalist, of being an insider, with Mike being as what we've seen being posted as far as her articles go on AJ Brown?
Sure. Look at her history. I mean, this is what she does.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a lot of people go I listen, I'm not saying every one of her stories are made up or false, obviously not, but where there's smoke there's fire, and it's just a lot of bullshit. And there's never anything you can really prove with some of these outlandish reports she makes. So I think to answer your question, Steve, she probably was a little unethical in the reporting of the AJ Brown situation. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely she was. Absolutely.
Now, everyone remembers initially the Atlantic had her back, was basically, this is this is unfounded, this is, defamatory, all this other thing. Well, guess what? They changed their tune, because now they said they had miscalculated the scale of the Russini Vrable story, and now that they're doing their they thought it was a hit job, all this other stuff. Now they're starting to take another look at this thing and seeing what's going on. Now, my big thing about this whole thing is, right, again, I'm going to reiterate, if they're having a relationship, they're having a relationship. I could care less. My problem is when it crosses that ethical boundary. Now, you've had other people go out there and basically just try to shoo this away, and there's nothing there. My thing is like this: if she really was having a girls' weekend, or even if they weren't having a girls' weekend, if she misspoke on that, and she was just having a getaway, well, where's your family, Mike? Where's your family? This is why I think that whole story is BS.
Bullshit. Yeah. Why are they together? Why are there pictures of them together? You know what I mean?
And then even, they were trying to talk to it with Ocho and Shannon, and Shannon Sharp's the wrong person to ask about this.
God, yeah.
But Ocho is basically like, who gives a bleep? Who's sleeping with who? And that was his thoughts on the report. But it's much more than just the fact that they were caught together, because they were also caught together at the combine having a drink at the bar. I also just shown you tweets from 5 years ago where they were asking if she was going to Vrabel's quote unquote compound.
Right? Man, you're like Sherlock Holmes on this investigation. You are on it.
But here's the thing. I'm doing this because I want all sides being talked about. It's
not
like, listen, the fact that we don't know if they are dating or if they're having relations together or not. It's none of our freaking business. That aspect of it is none of our business. That's their business. That's for their family, etc., and all that to deal with. That's none of our business. Where I'm talking about is where what they're doing is affecting on how she reports things.
Journalism,
come out.
Absolutely, it is.
That's where Maya was like, "Hey, we need to take another look at this," because, like, listen. We talked about this all the time, and we talked about this before. When we were trying to get you guys credentialed for Knucklemania, I talked to you about how you have to go about things. You have to have the XY like. I'm not sitting there saying Dianna didn't earn to be in that spot that she is, but when you're seeing all this other evidence that she is at periods of time in her career behaved in a certain type of way.
Yep.
how they're. And I didn't even get into all the stuff with her husband. That was just the one screenshot I found. There was all kinds of stuff of her burying her husband on air on somebody's show, regardless if it was just a podcast or on TV or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, listen, the way she's talking is talking like somebody who isn't in a relationship, talking about hiding partying, going to Miami from her husband, talking about being brought on a show and them referring to her as an insider, and to her sitting there responding and say, I want to be referred to as a MILF. Like, there's just certain ways that
man,
hear stuff like that. It makes you question that other part of it. So if that's how she's acting, I can't put it past it that there's a possibility that she is having a situation where she has crossed those ethical boundaries as a reporter, as a journalist, as a columnist, etc.
Yeah, you guys want to hear a quick? Here's a quick joke for you guys. So
that both publications that she was working with has put her on the sideline, and she's no longer writing for them right at this time. And the funniest part about it is all other guys that are doing podcasts are sitting there saying they would hire her after the fact. Man, y'all do not look like Creepy Joe at this point in time.
No, they're all trying to get some. Maybe they all want to get some. They see she's easy. Hey, it's like the old secretary, right? And the boss says, "Hey, you want to move up in the world? You know what to do. Meet me in my office on your knees." You know what I mean?
Damn, Moose, right to it, I guess. Here's a joke for everybody. So Dianna Russini went from an NFL insider to the NFL insider. There's my joke of the day.
Oh, okay. Boom, boom. Let me find my tomatoes. No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of a D- joke. I got you.
No, that's good. It's good. Good thought.
Man. It's inside, all right. But you put all these things together that Steve just rattled off, and it's like you just combine all of them, and it just says something's fishy, like something's up. You know what I mean? And, you can't have
a slut.
or Moose wants to say that. Whatever.
Sorry. I might get sued. Sorry.
Oh, you're just gonna get violated in Steve's live on TikTok, but that's about
I said hut, H-U-T, hut. Like Pizza Hut.
Thank God.
I'm keeping it pretty clean today.
He's the biggest Pizza the Hut in the NFL right now.
Pizza the Hut.
I don't care. I don't care who you're canoodling or who you're not canoodling. It means nothing.
Don't mix business with pleasure. That's all. You don't sit where you eat.
But when you're a media, like there's certain lines you can't cross. There's certain conversations that you can't have. Like, could you imagine if I'm sitting there like, all right, you guys know that, heavy in the combat sports world, and one of the female fighters I was talking to, I'm having these conversations that are crossing those lines. Man, you're going to be outed faster than there is no tomorrow. But
what you're saying is you're getting in a wrestling ring with her?
As far as the public perception goes, is the fact that Mike Vrable looks like he's getting out of this scot-free.
And everybody's saying nothing about him. Yeah, he's not getting ripped or nothing.
About the media availability today that they sent out the GM, and actually another media member friend of mine had told me that he was never scheduled to be on the media call list for this week.
Wow.
But up in the prior years, he had been the pre-draft pressers that they do that he was a part of. But for whatever reason, this year he wasn't, and the GM was available. But he is scheduled to have a post-draft press conference, and I think it's going to get brought up. It absolutely is going to get brought up.
A smart reporter would bring that up.
I think he was scolding one of his players about like some type of religious stuff he was posting about. If this is in fact true that him and Dianna have a personal relationship outside of just being reporter and coach, then it's looking bad for you, brother. It's looking bad for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, because then any report, Patriots report, AJ Brown report, I mean, they're all tied together. Anything from the Titan years. I mean, you just can't trust anything anymore. Then if they have if
but
that's
the other thing is no one else is saying anything. Fox isn't saying anything. ESPN isn't saying anything, and it makes when they're absolutely mum on it, and they're like, well, let's wait till the details come out of companies that have no problem throwing anyone under the bus any other time. Speaks volumes to me that there's way more going on than the scale of just these two.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's a big conspiracy.
Yeah.
It ain't a conspiracy. We all know, like they're.
It's about to go down.
My problem is what about the women who bust their butts to get the respect, to get in those positions? Like, do you ever remember Pam Oliver ever being caught at a resort location with Michael Irvin or Larry Fitzgerald or Randy Moss or anyone like that? No, because that's an ethical boundary. Who was the first real woman we had on ESPN? Robin Roberts. You think she was
Good Morning America?
Berman or anyone like that? No,
absolutely not.
No, they were busting their butts working hard. So it leaves a unique situation. And
what's her name? She was with NBC. Hannah Storm. Was it Hannah Storm? I can't remember her freaking name.
Rachel Nichols. She there's been a lot of women who sacrificed time, energy, money to get to where they were at for the respect and if all this is believed to be true, there's no way that you can't say that Dianna did not send women in sports media and journalists back 30 years.
Right.
Or more.
Yeah.
Like, you have to think about the people, the women that's done it right and done it the right way before her, regardless, if you believe the reports or if you don't believe the reports. It's a black eye. It's a black eye on all of it, and you can't just ignore the obvious elephant in the room. Now the other Eagles news that came out this week was the big trade that we made, right? Bringing in Wicks from Green Bay, and that you would have thought it would have re-sparked all the AJ Brown rumors, but I just
it didn't.
We just talked about why they're not happening, the AJ Brown rumors anymore, but continue.
I already told you guys I didn't believe it anyways, and if we make it past June 1st, if we make it past June 5th and there's no trade, there won't be a trade this year.
Right.
I already
that wide receiver room is pretty filled now. I mean, what are they going to do?
Pretty filled, but we've already heard how an intricate passing offense is being brought in, and I don't think it's going to be a heavy 3-guy room between AJ, Devontae, and Dallas Goedert. I think this gives you an opportunity to really spread the ball all the way around. You might see a game where not a single guy gets more than 5 targets.
Right.
How will AJ feel about that?
I don't care.
Who cares,
if they're winning and they're putting more than 30 points on the board, I do not.
Exactly.
Winning solves everything. It solves everything. That's how the quote goes, and it's damn true.
That's what they say. That's right. It's true. It's true. Yeah. When they're winning, everybody's
talking about Amari Cooper being linked to the Eagles. Now that brings me up to this next one, right? And appreciate Eddie from always tuning in on the chat, but there's a pretty lengthy list of notable free agents that are still available, and I want to get your guys' opinion. Do you think the Eagles are going to be involved in any of them? Obviously, multiple different receivers on this list. Tyreek Hill's available. Stephon Diggs is available. Deebo Samuels is available. David Njoku is still available. Joey Bosa is still available. Trayvon.
That's interesting.
Is available. Do you think there's anybody on this list that by the time the season starts is going to be a Philadelphia Eagle? Start off with Moose on this one.
I'll tell you what. If the money's right and you're not overpaying anybody, get them for cheap because they sit out there too long. The longer they sit out there, the better it is for how much you have to pay them. So, hey, if somebody's let's say we get into end of June, early July, and they're still sitting there. Let's say we get into training camp because you always need extra hands in training camp. And one of these guys is sitting there still. You know what I mean? You get them for cheap.
I know that they keep linking guys to them, wide receivers in the first round. I don't think that's a thing. I think it's going to be offensive line, edge, or safety is going to be the Eagles' first pick. It's going to be the best available when they pick at those positions I just named: offensive line, edge, safety. I do not think they're going to. I will be stunned if they
give me a minute. Give me a minute, real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, brother.
Right back.
It's a perfect time to segue into the Sixers since Moose is walking away.
He's going to come back and bitch now. Damn it!
All right, listen, we got to talk about it, bro.
Let's talk about it.
At this point in time,
my God,
Embiid is injury cursed. There's no talking around it. Obviously, no big injury this year, right? Gets through what, like 90% of the season, and then he gets appendicitis. No,
it's just
two different orbital bone fractures, a concussion.
What are we talking about? Cheeseburger? We're talking about McDonald's?
Talking about your favorite guy. Talking
about McDonald's.
The most
Mr. McDonald's
in professional sports. There's no way Joel Embiid does not have some type of voodoo injury curse at this point in time.
He's been cursed by Danhausen from WWE. You've been cursed. Yeah, if you saw one of the posts I did, I made a nice little comical poster with you're cursed. Now he's just I don't know what his problem. Poor guy. I feel bad for him. Poor bastard.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't want injuries. We want him to be
healthy
and win us the championship. Obviously, we all do. But it's just a shame, man. It's just sad. He just can't. It's the gift that keeps on giving. He cannot stay healthy. he cannot stay healthy. If he's on the roster next year, something else is going to happen. We all know what's going to happen. So
it's you can't help that. I mean, I don't know if that's due to him eating too many cheeseburgers or what. I don't know. I'm not being mean.
Listen, I had appendicitis when I was like 16. It's not something fun to go through. It's definitely
no. I feel bad that he's going through that. And seriously, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And it's just like this is one of them freak things. It's like Russian roulette. You can get it or you can't get it. It's like tonsillitis. It's like any of them other.
So we all agree, unanimous agree. Joel Embiid has to be injury cursed. There has to be Papa Shango somewhere, shaking some talisman somewhere that with a Joel Embiid,
he pissed off somebody.
Now my thing is VJ Edgecombe. Now this is a comment that the rookie wall, and a lot of people don't feel like he's hit it. Let's be honest. The story of this season is absolutely the emergence of VJ Edgecombe. None of us who were guys that were for him or anything like that could have imagined the impact that this kid has had on this basketball team so far this year. He's been amazing. He is the story of this 25, 26 Sixers basketball season. Is he gives you a position that if you really do want to find a trade partner for Paul George or Joel Embiid this offseason, that you're not going to be in a terrible position because you have Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe there.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely.
I've been saying it. I know Moose has been saying
is the story of the season. Regardless if they're one and done in the playoffs, they make it to a divisional conference. God help us if they make an NBA Finals appearance or anything like that.
Oh, Christ! You might as well put mud on my face if they do. Don't trust me. I'll be the first one there. Rah, awesome, yeah, woo! But
healthy Joel Embiid's going to lead us to the championship this year, guys.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening this year. So anyway,
Joel's going to miss a month. Yeah, so they would have to at least get out of the wild card round. And
that ain't happen.
the division conference championship before we.
Who would they play? Who would they play?
The Hawks,
Hypothetically.
well, they got through the play-in first.
The Hawks right now, the way it looks like.
Oh, so they got to do a
the
play-in.
Isn't against Orlando, but it looks like
where's it at?
If they get in, it'll probably be the Hawks.
Yeah. So where's it at? Orlando or here?
Well, it's both. It's
no.
series.
We got a home court advantage.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Okay. Yeah.
And not only that, I don't know if you heard that they're going to be wearing the 01 blacks, and the floor is going to be done like the 01 season.
Oh, good. Maybe that will give them inspiration there. Put AI courtside and tell them, let's go, boys. Let's get her done, man. Get her done.
Now we were just talking about Maxey, right? And I mean, Maxey's increased his numbers each of the last year, but Edgecombe has to be Rookie of the Year. We talked about this before, right? 75 games, 16 points a game. Almost 6 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game. Almost 2 steals. He's 44% from the field, 35% from 3-point. He's an 82% free throw shooter. Is he not the Rookie of the Year?
You would think he's playing.
I know everyone won. The kid Flag, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Now he's played 75 games. That's pretty impressive.
Rumor had for a second, right? Is VJ Edgecombe the NBA Rookie of the Year this year?
I think
with those numbers, yeah.
I think with those numbers, yeah. I think he has a super strong case to be Rookie of the Year this year. Yes,
75. He's played 75 games. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think he definitely does. It's close. Flag's definitely. I mean, it's very close. And the reason I'll say Edgecombe though is because Edgecombe just to me is he has a little bit more bounce in his step. He's more athletic. He can get to the basket a lot better, I think. And I think he. Also, here's the thing. There's no, we had Embiid, and we missed Paul George with all that stuff, and like Maxey and Edgecombe have kept this team afloat. You know what I mean? So I mean, and it's a play and whatever. I mean, they're doing. He's special, man. Edgecombe is special. So I think he does have a strong case. Yeah, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I like him. I like him and Maxey. I mean, look, I ripped the Sixers.
And it's a little bit of a somber one, right?
Oh yeah, Matt
Cord. Everyone knows Matt Cord has been the Sixers PA announcer for almost 30 years.
Yeah. Hell of a job.
His last season. This is his last season. Moose, what is going to be your memory of Matt Cord as his time comes to an end here?
Oh man, I remember listening to him as the DJ on 94 WYSP, MMR, MGK. He's been doing the Sixers, and I mean, let's see. I'm trying to think. Probably during the AI when when he did the introductions, 6 from Georgetown, he just had a way to really hype it up, man. But man, Matt Cord for me, he's a radio guy. He's been on all the rocks. He's a rock guy. You know what I mean? And he has a unique voice. He's a hell of a nice guy. I can't remember. I might have met him years ago. I can't remember. But yeah, he's a special dude. I guess he stayed on the radio. He's on MMR now because he took over from Pierre Robert. So I guess he stayed in that time slot on the radio. I guess he's not retiring from that, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything about that. What about you, Justin?
Okay.
I know you don't have quite the extensive memory that Moose has of Matt, but are you gonna miss our Sixers PA announcer the next season?
Yeah, I mean he's a legendary voice. How about this for you guys? How about I'll go to the AI era too, but the Andre Iguodala era. That AI.
Oh yeah.
And when he used to announce Iguodala, I'm pretty sure he used to be like Andre Iguodala. And that's how he used to say the 3 Iggies with it. It was classic. I just like the way he said it. So he had a special way he pronounces Iguodala's name, and that was just cool, I guess. I don't really have any. I never met him. I don't have any memories like that, but he was a great voice. He's going to be missed, and
he's definitely going to be missed. And
tough job to replace, man. Like same thing with Merrill Reese. When Merrill goes,
replacing him, you got some tough shoes to fill because.
Well, you got Dan Baker still doing Phillies. Dan Baker.
Dan Baker's a legend. Yeah.
Remember when Dan Baker did Phillies and Eagles?
Yeah.
He stopped doing Eagles. A couple years ago?
Yeah, I went to a lot of games. I think when he was still doing the Eagles. Yeah.
Oh, Dan Baker was the voice. You go to a stadium, whether it was Phillies or Eagles, he was the voice.
You, and I think this is a tough one, right? So we were just talking about Pittsburgh and all that other stuff. Do you notice one thing about their sports teams?
What?
They all have yellow.
Bingo. Now, obviously, Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, all the same color scheme, right? Now, here's my question to you guys. Do you think more teams should adopt the same color schemes? Because objectively, I don't think this is a bad look for the Steelers, for the Penguins, for the Pirates, right? Now, obviously, here in Philadelphia, we got multiple different color schemes, right? Flyers.
I'm gonna put this in an AI prompt and make like all the sports Eagles,
in different colors. Eagles obviously with the greens, right?
Yeah.
But
the Phillies, the Phillies and the Sixers are red, white, and blue.
One of it, but what way would you go? Would you make the other teams adopt into the Eagles colors, or would you do more of a red, white, and blue for Philadelphia?
How about neither? I like orange and black. That's pretty
Everyone
cool.
In orange and black? I don't know.
No. I'd go the green and white if I had to pick, but
red, white, and blue because the Phillies and Sixers do that, and think about it. Philadelphia was that's where our founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence, and that's USA right there. Philadelphia, the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
That's where we became a nation. And red, white, and blue, man. That's why the Phillies and the Sixers, the Eagles. Well, remember they were Frankfurt Yellow Jackets. They wore the city colors, Team Sweden, I call it.
Yellow and blue.
And the Phillies are doing that. They do that on Friday nights in home games. They wear Team Sweden. It just looks better on them than it did the Eagles. That looked horrible with the Eagles.
Eagles brought that back in like 2005 or something. They played a game like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was against the Lions where it was the opening game.
I was there.
Off, and it was Kevin Curtis, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you're right.
He went
I was there.
Crazy. Now completely disappeared the whole rest of his career here in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It was those uniforms, bro. It was those uniforms.
Team Sweden. Well, that's the city colors, and people, Team Sweden, but the Eagles actually
look at it like when you look at PA, the color of the flag, that's what it looks like. So
yeah,
I think blue's a different color if I remember correctly.
But the Flyers, they always been orange.
We're wrapping this one up. I'm gonna always pass it around the horn to you guys. What do you guys got going on this week? Let's start off with Moose.
Nothing.
Nothing. You got nothing to say to the people?
I did have. I have nothing. Sunday is next week, so that's next week's event. Sunday, we got the thing going on. But that's technically Sunday starts next week. So as far as this week, I'm working, doing my thing. I got yard work to do. And I might be out and about floating around. You never know with me, but I got to do the adulting this week, and that's life. That's the way it goes, brother. Got to pay the bills, man. Got responsibility.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Fiorillio? What do you got for us?
So I'll be with Moose April 19th, Monty G's birthday bash in the G Lot by Xfinity Live. Just had a chance to be with Makuba a few days ago. If you didn't have a chance to check my page, Eagle safety Andrew Makuba brought him to a few schools in the area. It was an amazing day, amazing time. He's an amazing person, great athlete. April 20th, 420. I did mention I'll be with Dr. J, and I just found out there'll be a few more special. Cool. Very cool. I'm humbled. Yeah, two special guests that'll be joining me. I just found out Mayor Parker of Philadelphia, who I just had a chance to meet about last month at an event, and a gentleman I will have never met before, the Governor Shapiro. So he'll be there, and that's going to be on April 20th in Philly. And hey, man, just always looking for the next event. Keep you all posted, and but Steve, what do you got on your lineup?
Not much, man. I just had an interview. Well, actually, it was Saturday night. I was talking to UFC middleweight Trayshawn Gore. He just came off a big win. I don't know if you guys happen to catch the UFC fights this weekend, but holy crap!
I did see a little bit of it.
Yeah, they were there in Miami. It was probably one of the lowest gates that they ever had, but I thought the overall card was amazing.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how
championship fight, and you have a challenger basically blowing his knee out and stopping the champion on one leg. You got to tip your cap, man. That's just an amazing performance. Hats off to him. And there was a couple other amazing fights on it. Apparently, President Trump demanded that we get on the fight card right there ringside, and the winner of the heavyweight fight, Holkett, he wound up. He's probably going to be on that card now, and so we're going to get an additional fight to that, and we'll talk more about the White House card as we get closer to that. But other than that, another fun episode in the books. You guys, appreciate everyone for tuning in. Appreciate all the comments in the chat. We got somebody from India hopping on the chat today.
Oh, you know what? Hey, Steve, real quick, I almost made a mess up. If anybody's wondering what this bottle is, it's El Wingador Brands Champions Blend Sauce. Goes on anything and everything. Former 5-time Wing Bowl. If you don't know what the Wing Bowl is, Google it. Wing eating champion. He came up with this sauce. It goes on everything. I'm addicted to it. Wingador.com. Get yourself some. You don't know what you're missing out. It enhances the meal 110%. I ain't joking it. So go check it out.
Fight Wax and El Wingador. I got to get my own sponsor now to add to the group.
All right,
hey,
guys.
Man, that's a cheap plug. Cheap plug.
Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Dealing with all our nonsense here on the JNS Philly Sports Stop. I'm Steve. That's Justin. That's the Moose. We'll see you guys next week, my friends. Peace on out.
Adios.